On a rain-soaked night, in the deep silence of a deserted highway, a police jeep suddenly skidded and overturned into a pit. But after a while, a badly injured man crawled out of the jeep. His face could not be seen in the darkness, but there was a criminal spark in his eyes. Gathering some strength, he then disappeared into the field. At the village square of Madanpura stood the famous Bhaichara Dhaba. Bustling with customers in the morning, Dayal, sitting at the cash counter counting notes, glanced at the customers and said to Shival, "Shival, the customer at table number 5 has been asking for raita for so long. And Kripal, brother, move your hands faster. The city bus must be arriving soon." Sweating near the hot tandoor while roasting rotis, Kripal smiled and replied, "Brother, rotis cooked on the right flame are always soft and tasty. Just have a little patience." Just then, Shival came panting, carrying a sack of vegetables on his back and a bag of spices in his hand. "Brother, I have unloaded all the vegetables and spices from the vehicle. Please settle the 1500 rupees account." "Relax and breathe." "Brother, as you can see, unloading goods and cleaning, I'm handling everything alone. No idea where that servant boy Chotu has disappeared. I am fed up with these servants. These days, not even one decent worker stays." This famous village dhaba was run by 3 real brothers together. Dayal, the eldest, was sharp-minded and handled accounts. The younger one, Kripal, cooked delicious and hygienic food. The youngest, Shival, managed supplies and cleanliness. There was great love among them, because of which their dhaba prospered. But they all shared one problem that surfaced every month: lazy and unreliable servants. No worker ever stayed for long. Evening turned into night. Late at night, Dayal was sitting at the counter doing accounts, while Kripal and Shival were chatting after dinner. Suddenly, a strong-built man staggered towards them and collapsed unconscious. Kripal and Shival lifted him and said, "Hey brother, who are you? And what has happened to you?" "Wake up, brother." The man gave no reply. His clothes were torn and he was injured. After some time, when the man regained consciousness, Shival and Kripal gave him water and asked, "Brother, what is your name? How did you faint? Are you ill?" The man said his name was Maniraj and told them he hadn't eaten or drunk anything for a long time. Shival and Kripal arranged hot food for him. Maniraj finished food meant for 3 men all by himself. After he finished eating, Kripal and Dayal asked him about his details and then took him to the elder brother, Dayal. "Elder brother, his name is Maniraj. He was wandering in search of work, but he was robbed near the highway. He is helpless and we anyway need a worker. Why don't we keep him? What say, brother?" Dayal looked at Maniraj with sharp eyes, then signaled Kripal closer and whispered, "This man seems a bit strange to me, Kripal. I see the nature of a disguised person in his eyes." By then, Shival, who had overheard, softly said, "Sorry, elder brother, but you doubt 90% of people. Look at him, he seems so innocent. Let's keep him, our workload will reduce." Understanding the situation, Maniraj spoke up. "Sir, give me a place to stay. I am troubled. I will work very hard and honestly, truly." Dayal looked at Kripal and Shival, then seriously said to Maniraj, "All right, you'll get 5,000 salary and 2 meals a day. But you must arrange your own place to sleep, not inside the dhaba." "As you wish, sir. I'll sleep on the banyan tree platform across the road. No problem. I'll leave now and come in the morning." Maniraj turned emotional, blessed all 3 brothers and left. But the moment he turned away, a crooked smile appeared on his face. From the next morning, Maniraj started working at the dhaba. He worked very hard, unloading vegetables, cleaning tables and floors, cutting vegetables in the kitchen, kneading dough. He handled almost all work. Kripal and Shival took full help from him. Only Dayal never let him come near the counter. In free time, Maniraj preferred sitting with the youngest brother Shival. One afternoon, when Shival was free, Maniraj came, looking around, and sat beside him.
Why, sir? Sitting alone, lost in thoughts?
Nothing much. Just talking to a friend who studies in the city. His life is great, just studying. Unlike me, stuck between dhaba, customers and food all day. That devilish smile spread on Maniraj's face again. He had got the weak nerve.
You are right, sir. So talented, strong, intelligent, yet stuck at this dhaba. Had you been in the city, you would be something big by now. A young educated man ruling hearts of beautiful girls. I am saying right, huh?
You are right, but for now, I don't want to leave my brothers and the dhaba. As for visiting the city, I can do that anytime. Anyway, thanks for praising and understanding me. Come, let's get back to work. Saying this, Shival got up and left, and Maniraj followed. Almost like this, a month passed. Maniraj became Shival's shadow, always praising him. One day, Dayal scolded Shival over something. Upset, Shival went and sat near the village pond in the afternoon. Maniraj was with him. Seeing Shival, Maniraj said emotionally.
No, this is totally wrong. Who calls an orphan younger brother like this? Forgive me, sir, but if someone else were in your place, they would have answered back immediately. Anyway, spit out your anger and let's go.
At this moment, Shival felt that except Maniraj, no one valued or needed him. Maniraj had occupied the place of a true well-wisher in his mind. Only the final nail was left. One day, Dayal was sitting at the counter doing accounts when Shival came, throwing down a sack of vegetables and panting.
Brother, I think we should keep one man only for unloading goods. Why not hire one more? I'll get some rest too. Can we hire one person?
Look, Shival, right now we don't have budget for another man. If you are tired, why don't you take Maniraj's help? Where will we suddenly find a new worker?
Brother, Maniraj already works like a donkey all day in the kitchen and on tables. Making him unload stuff would be unfair. One shouldn't take advantage of someone's helplessness.
That afternoon, when Shival and Maniraj were alone once again, Maniraj said,
Sir, you were absolutely right. You are not a servant of this dhaba. This is servant's work. But what can elder brother do? Income isn't matching the effort because he runs the dhaba in old ways. If you run this dhaba and sit at the counter, profit would triple. You are an equal owner of this dhaba. Why don't you do this?
But how?
Your brain and my smartness.
A few days later, Dayal had to go to the city for work and was taking Kripal along. He called Shival and said, Shival, we are going to the city for a few days. You handle the dhaba here. Maniraj is new. Keep an eye on him. You go without worry, brother. I know how to run the dhaba. I am not a child anymore. About 15 days later, when Dayal and Kripal returned, they were shocked. On the dhaba board, instead of Bhaichara Dhaba, it was written Shival's Dhaba. They rushed inside.
What nonsense is this, Shival? Who gave you permission to change the dhaba's name?
I thought since you were in the city, I would take my right. I have an equal share. Anyway, I have always worked more. I'm saying the truth. Dayal eyes filled with tears. Kripal said emotionally.
What are you saying, my little brother? Were we brothers or business partners? Sir, your younger brother has grown up now. How long will he stay in your lap? You should bless him happily.
In the end, on Dayal's insistence, there was no division. He gave the entire dhaba to Shiva, and Dayal and Kripal left for the city. Within days, the dhaba changed completely. Maniraj ordered cheap quality supplies, got careless food cooked, fooled Shival, and pocketed profits. Old loyal workers were removed. Customers left abusing.
Is this Matar Paneer? I would rather eat raw chickpeas. Ever since this new fellow sits at the counter, taste is ruined.
Come on, brothers, let's go. Never eat here again.
Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go.
A month later, the dhaba was deserted. Utensils lay scattered. Sitting in the courtyard, Shival read a bank notice. What is this? Grocery debt was reached 1 lakh. Vegetable seller won't give credit. And now this bank notice? Maniraj, wearing black glasses, sat stylishly with feet on the table, smoking.
This isn't a daily notice. These are dhaba ownership papers. You transfer the dhaba to my name.
No, this can't be. This is fraud. While signing loan papers, you tricked me into signing dhaba papers too. This is fraud.
So what? I cleared your debts. At least 1/3 of the dhaba is mine now.
You cheated me. Because of you, I betrayed my brothers like Ram and Lakshman. I won't spare you alive. Shival rushed to hit him, but Maniraj punched him hard. Shival fell helplessly, crying. As Maniraj turned to leave, a police jeep stopped in front. The inspector jumped out and grabbed his collar.
Hey, Inspector sir, you are mistaken. The real criminal is inside. He is the real culprit. No, manager sir. This time I won't make a mistake.
Dayal and Kripal get down from the jeep.
Maniraj, or prisoner number 420, you thought we would abandon Shival forever? We share blood. Village brothers don't break bonds so easily. We were brothers, are brothers, and we will brothers forever. So, the city trip was an excuse? Yes, sir. We went to find out how big a scoundrel you are.
The day you came, I noticed handcuff mark on your wrists. As I told you earlier, he is a cunning criminal. As a bank manager, he did a huge scam and escaped during a jail transfer accident. Thank you both. Now, the pleasure will be ours to take care of him in jail. Thank you again. Let me leave. Maniraj begged and threatened, but police ignored him and took him away. Shival fell at his brother's feet, crying.
Forgive me, brothers. I made a huge mistake. I can't even run a tea stall without you. How would I run a dhaba?
See, brother, this is called The Fool Returns Home. Get up, my dear brother. It's okay. Wisdom comes not from almonds, but from stumbling.
All three burst into laughter and hugged each other.